the number of practicing Catholics is going down. The Catholic Church continues to grow in the United States, but in the Northeast and and where we live here.
Just one reason that contributed to the closing and merger of dozens of churches in the Cleveland Catholic Diocese. For the first time since the reconfiguration plan of churches in the Cleveland Diocese, Bishop Richard Lennon spoke to reporters.
Now, this comes on the heels of a report released to parishioners yesterday. News Channel 5's Tracy Carlos was at the news conference and joins us now live. And Tracy, this is interesting news about the Catholic population in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, Lee, in 1970, the number of practicing Catholics here in the Cleveland area was 915,000. Last year, it dropped down to 710,000, and that is just one reason for the closings. And where they're going to church is changing, too. Well, today, Bishop Lennon talked about it for the first time. It is a painful chapter in the story of the Cleveland Catholic Diocese, but Bishop Richard Lennon says the diocese and the parishes are stronger because of the closings and mergers of dozens of churches. Lennon says in 2006, 84 churches were operating in the red. Today, that number stands at 12.
I certainly do not have any plans for closing. However, I cannot say that, it, will never happen again either. I mean, I have no idea what, will happen as we go forward. Regrettably, I mean, we still have some parishes that are in financial, difficulty.
26 churches have been sold, totaling $19.5 million. $4.9 million is paying the debts of closed parishes. $7.8 million will go to open parishes, and $6.8 million is being used for future use. Lennon admits the two-year reconfiguration plan was not easy for parishioners who lost their churches, and he says it is something he understands very well.
I closed my own parish back in Boston, where my grandfather built it. Where I was, made my first communion, where I buried my parents, where I said my first Mass. But it's not about, ultimately, it's not about church buildings, my friends. It's about our relationship with God.
Some of the churches have been turned into schools, outreach facilities, local government offices. St. Hedwig Church in Lakewood is now the Museum of Divine Statues, housing precious artifacts from the closed churches, preserving the past for the future. And 14 churches that were closed have taken their appeal to the Vatican. The bishop said today that a decision from Rome could come as early as March. Live downtown, Tracy Carlos, News Channel 5.
Tracy, the bishop has been portrayed in an unflattering light by some who were upset about their church closing. Did he talk about that today?
Yeah, Lee, he did, and he says that he thinks on some fronts it's a little bit unfair, but again, he certainly understands the feelings that parishioners have when their beloved church is closed.
Sure. Okay, Tracy, thank you.